Hi, let us clear out the agenda of today. Today we would be learning about what is basically a use case diagram, what are the different components of it, and the relationships with the symbols, and then we would be concluding this diagram. A disclaimer that we won't be going to just a formal definition, rather, we would be focusing on understanding and having it in our mind for a prolonged period of time. For that, I am using an example which would support that. Why I am doing that is just that because there is a very rare possibility that the interviewer would just ask you the definition and move forward. He would check your understanding by asking you to implement it and use it. Okay, यहाँ पे implementation और understanding की ज़्यादा इज्जत है. Fair enough, let's move forward. So for that, let us understand a very simple example. Let's say this is me, this stick figure is me, okay, and I have multiple emotions, sad, happy, and angry, which I can show the outside world, okay. And if I get very sad or very happy after I do that, then my friend would be there to support me, okay. My friend is there on the left and I am on the right. This is important. So these all emotions are use case, okay, and I am showing it to the outside world. So this is known as system, and this two are known as actors, okay. These two are known as actors. So this is basically, you can take it as an example of use case diagram, okay. It describes the specification of the user, like this is me and this is my friend. I am this much tall, I am what I am doing, what I am currently at what position. This is my friend, what he is and what is his relationship with me. This is important. So specification of the user and their possible interaction with the system, okay. And these all emotions, okay, are known as use cases. Interaction with the system, okay. So this was it. So let us understand the different components of a use case diagram. So this is me, and I told you this is an actor. So basically I can say that the users that interact with the system are known as actors. Now this is important. I am sad to the outside world. After I get sad, my friend is there to support me. So who initiated these all things? My sadness initiated these all things. So I am a primary actor who initiates the use case or the system, and the person who initiates is kept on the right hand side. The secondary actor, okay, after I got sad, then my friend is there to help me. Why the heck would he be available for me without any cause? So after the primary actor initiates, the secondary actor is there to assist the primary actor. It's just that, let's say I want to transfer some funds in some other account at a bank. So I would be the one who wants to transfer the fund, but the bank officials would be there to help me. So me who initiated the transfer of funds is a primary actor, and the bank officials helping me are the secondary actors, okay. And me showing different emotions to the outside world, this is known as use case, that is actions performed, okay. A package, this can be well understood by a DTH provider. Like a DTH provider tells you, I would provide a package of these all channels, I would provide a package of these all channels. So a package is nothing but a group of element. Note, as the name suggests, are additional nodes. This is optional. Now let us move forward to the most vital thing, that is relationships, okay. So here we would be having two parts of understanding it. One, I would be using an example to understand it. One, the formal definition in case you are asked in an online assessment, okay. The very first kind of relationship is association. What is it basically? See, I can be sad, I can be happy, and I can be angry, okay. So I have a relationship with sadness, I have a relationship with happy, I have a relationship with anger. So, relationship between the actor and the use case is known as association. Any kind of relationship. It is deep relationship or casual relationships, anything. Okay? Fair enough. Now one thing to understand here is that, see, I can be associated with one emotion also, I can be associated with multiple emotion also. Same goes. Many people can be associated with one emotion also. Okay? So here multiple people can be associated with a single emotion, and multiple emotion can also be associated with a single. Like at both parts, me, actors as well as use case can be multiple. Okay, and the association relationship is the most simple relationship, so we just draw a solid line to just say it. Then the very next type of relationship is inheritance. So we get say that now your father also gets angry. That is why you also gets angry. This is inherited. So we say this now. We heard this a lot in real life, and this kind of relationship is known as inheritance, or sometimes it is also called generalization. Leave it. I don't find it to be more intuitive. I find inheritance to be more intuitive. So, when the child inherits the behavior of the parent, it is known as inheritance relationship. Okay, how it is represented? Like the parent, we have a parent-child relationship in inheritance. So, from where it is inheriting the base, okay, the parent, we have an arrow towards it, and the same line that was in association. This was the father, this was the child, and we have an arrow towards the father. Next. I don't know how many of you have heard this in school, but I heard this a lot, that whenever he has a lot of support from his younger brother supports him a lot. Whenever he is going through an emotional breakdown, his younger brother would be there for him. Remember? That is known as include relationships. Okay? When the big brother is angry, younger brother also gets involved in his life. Okay? So one use case includes the behavior of another use case. Okay? Fair enough? Like for example, to understand this formally also, like let's say I want to transfer 1000 to my friend's account. So if you see, before transferring the funds, the thing that is already included is checking if my balance is more than 1000 or not. So this was an example of includes relationship. It is represented by a dashed line arrow, and it has an include over it on the top. Okay. Next, we have the extend relation. So extend relationships can be understood that when I get sad, it's okay. But when I get sad and I start crying, when I start crying on this condition, my mother would be there or my family would be there to support and console me. Fair enough? So when I am too angry, you start crying and your ma would come and console you. So if you observe, in this anger, this extends my mother based on a certain condition. This is important. Like let's say, what happens is, based on a condition, let's say I initiated, like my balance was good enough, more than 1000, and the transfer was initiated, but let's say my friend account was blocked. So on that condition, the transfer would fail. This is an example of an extend relationship, that based on a condition, a use case extends the behavior of another use case. Now, enough of understanding. Let us put all of this in use. Let us understand this. So if you observe, one thing to observe is that the actors are always kept outside the system. So here, this is just making payment in a bank. So this is an actor who would initiate the transfer of fund. And it includes the use case of checking the balance. Okay. If let's say the other account is blocked from where I want to transfer, then this would extend and show error. Okay. Now, if I want to make payment, it already includes my savings account and current account to make payment. Okay, so making payment would be done current account or saving account. Just like when I got angry, my younger brother came to support me. So whenever I want to make payment, my savings account or my current account would be there to save me. So that was it from my side.